Okay, bet we have new content from Kamala Harris, who recently appeared on the Rich Little Broke Girls podcast. Rich Little Broke Girls podcast, a channel dedicated to aspiring housewives and CEOs. That's what's up. This episode was entitled The Myth of Being a Quote Unquote Good Woman. And I'm going to let you know right now there will be absolutely no Kamala Harris slander taking place in this video because I didn't slick side fell in love with her. Real talk. I think she's a fabulous woman, and I think she's a wonderful example of womanhood. So I enjoyed every second of her in this video, and I hope that you enjoyed the clip that I'm about to share with you right now. Let's get into it.
And she looked at us and she got very upset with us. And she said, I don't know what's wrong with you guys, your generation. You think a relationship is 50-50? No, sometimes it'll be 20-80. Sometimes it'll be 70-30. She said, now it should even out, but it's never going to be 50-50. And part of what she was, I think, trying to just teach us is that the reality of relationships, especially personal relationships, you know, there are some times when you're going to give more than you receive, and sometimes you're going to receive more than you give. The important piece of this, though, for anyone who is single, who wants to be in a relationship, is to be kind to yourself and choose to be with someone who is kind. That's really important. You know, choose to be with someone who allows you to laugh at yourself and them. Choose to be with someone who, you know, you like going to the grocery store together, taking a walk together, including doing something fancy together. You know, I mean, and there are different phases in your life, and depending on what phase you're in. Maybe you're going to choose that you want to have that kind of Friday night relationship, or you want that
Not a
Sunday
Friday
morning
night
relationship.
Sometimes
That
they
is
go
so
together
cute.
and
And
sometimes they don't.
sometimes you can get both, and sometimes they just is oil and water.
Yes, yes.
Right? And that's okay. You know, you be in those phases where you are having fun.
Yes.
Be in those phases where you have a sense of, you know, I just want something more. But be honest with yourself.
You know, during her campaign, I feel like she did a bunch of interviews with these overly aggressive white guys who just wanted to grill her about policy. And really, they were only just trying to expose her perceived inability or inexperience to be president of the United States. But she did this one interview with Shannon Sharp, and I finally got to see her personality. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she was able to get comfortable because he wasn't coming at her all aggressive and all this. And so I just agree with her 100%. I love a woman who's friendly, kind, sweet. I love a woman who chooses to be nice to me, nice to her friends, nice to her families. A lot of these women are mean. So this is like a breath of fresh air to me. You know what I'm saying?
Where you have a sense of, you know, I just want something more. But be honest with yourself about what you're in and figure out whether what you're in is actually what you want, right? But the first step is to be honest about what you're in and not try and make it something that it's not, because that usually doesn't work out so well.
Yeah.
You know?
Facts.
I say that to say don't be harsh in judging yourself if you're in one of those phases or the other, right?
And I think it's okay
Yeah.
to give space to it because when you're in your 20s, it's almost like the splinter era, right? So half of your friends may run off to get married and have
Right.
babies and start
Yeah,
families
that's
and all
right.
of these
That's
things.
right. So many bridesmaid dresses, I can't even tell you.
I mean, like, and it's very real.
I
And so
know.
you're watching your friends that you grew up with and you share so many memories with really just step into a whole different era that requires so much of them. And so that shows you maybe that's what I should want. Maybe it makes you start thinking, maybe I need to get married next. Maybe I need to be in a serious relationship.
Right,
But
right.
to your point, it's really important to just look at yourself and say, hey, maybe it's okay. Maybe I'm just in a fun phase, right? Maybe I don't need to follow my friend because she got married and follow this timeline because someone else is on it. That's what it sounds like.
Don't feel like you have to do something because everyone else is doing it, right? Because, you know, you're going to go through phases. I mean, you know, real talk. I was in the wedding of friends who got married right out of college and also then, you know, counseled and supported them when they were going through a divorce before they got married another time years later,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so that happens also. The reality is you should not feel rushed
Yes.
to do something because it's supposed to happen. I think it's more important that you just decide what you want and what you need at a time. When you're feeling like I'm ready to have a partner in life.
I'm not gonna front. I wish that I could ask Kamala Harris in this video, in this interview, what is your advice for men in 2025? I guess I feel like that advice came from a feminine perspective, which I appreciate. Um, but I wish I had the opportunity to ask her what's her opinion about dating as far as men, because I feel like she would have a very interesting answer to that also.
You'll know when you really feel that way. And you know the energy that you give out and the energy you receive will
Mm-hmm.
give you that. I mean, Doug and I got married in our 40s.
Yeah,
And I love my husband
you do.
so very much. He is my best friend. We
Yes.
hang out. I mean, just it's, and
Mm-hmm.
we have talked about it. If we had met in our 20s, I don't know that we would have really been in the same place,
Mm-hmm.
and so there are phases to life. But
Yeah.
the most important thing is to not be hard on yourself, to not be judgmental. Try to not have people in your life who will judge you in that way.
Hmm.
Know that also. And enjoy dating, by the way, because
Yeah.
dating is fun. It's fun to date.
It's supposed to be. It's
It's
supposed
supposed
to
to be.
be.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
supposed to be,
Yeah.
right? Just do what at the end of the day, when you go to sleep at night and when you wake up in the morning, makes you feel like I'm good.
That's great advice.
You're the only person that I have talked to like that outside of my
I
family.
know.
You-
That's
Well,
so
because I was
sweet.
thinking, I'm like, I have to ask her as a single woman. I
Mhm.
have to ask her, what's your advice to single women? Because
Yeah,
it is such an important conversation,
yeah.
right? The duality of wanting to have a partner, but also wanting to have an identity and a life of your own. It is
Hmm.
so hard to juggle. And I do think that when it comes to dating, oftentimes maybe we take it a little too serious and then you're not even having fun. And, you
Right,
want to find this partner one day, but who
right,
knows when that's going to happen. So
right.
why don't you just enjoy it? And something that you represent is joy, right? And
Hmm.
laughter. And you can find
Hmm.
the light in any situation.
Right.
And so it makes sense that that would come through in your advice. Like, ladies, you should also be having fun. And it doesn't need to
Yes,
be so heavy all the time.
it doesn't. And
So I'm guessing that Kamala Harris has some type of personal relationship with this young lady, because I sense that they're kind of familiar with each other. Their upbringing, a family, maybe friends of family, maybe niece. I don't know. I just feel like they kind of know each other. But I love this. This woman is unbelievably classy, and I would love to have her as a mother, a grandmother, a sister, a friend. I would marry this woman, this type of woman. You know what I'm saying? She is so sweet and friendly, and I totally agree with the fact that she represents joy. I get that from her. I sense that from her. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell that she loves her husband, Doug. I can tell that she respects that man. My goodness. Lord, please allow this type of love into my life. I accept and welcome this type of love into my life. God bless this woman for sure.
let your relationship complement your life. I think that it's important to try and be intentional about not letting your relationship be your identity.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that just makes for a healthier relationship in the long term. It will be a part of your identity, there's no question. But I think for the sake of your partner, for the sake of your relationship, for the sake of yourself, you want it to complement who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to complement their life,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to complement their life.
Yeah, like I said, I love this woman. I agree with her. I appreciate her. As an elder, I appreciate her for dropping some knowledge on us. And even though it came from a feminine perspective, as a man, I feel like I was still able to get something of value from it. So, yeah.